Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Let's talk about it. So, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out in November of 2014, 2015. I believe it was 2015, and it was November 4th. So, I know this game took a lot of flack when it came out because of the exosuits and some of that stuff. However, I still thought it was a decent game. Me personally, I thought the campaign was one of the best Call of Duty campaigns out there, just story wise. I loved the way the story was told, how it functioned, and also the kind of like believability of it. So when you start the game, essentially you end up getting injured, and through the injuries, you end up needing cybernetic augmentations. And this private security firm run by a man called Jonathan Irons ends up giving you that in return for you working for him. I believe your name is Will Irons, and I think you're his son, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't remember correctly. It's been a little while since I've played through the campaign. Anyways, so basically, the gist of the story is that you work for this private security company, and they go around the world fixing problems that the United States government or other governments are too slow to go in and fix. They stop threats from becoming full on threats and causing problems. They do all this kind of stuff. And essentially, a fallout happens, and everybody turns to this man Irons to save them from the situations that's going on because he works quicker. And essentially, he becomes like the one man at the center of the world, essentially. Like, everyone looks to him for help, everyone wants his help because he can fix everything. And then essentially you find out he's actually kind of a really bad dude who's done a lot of really bad stuff. Even though it's in the name of good, he's done a lot of really bad stuff. And you end up having to take him down. Now, the reason I liked this campaign so much was because it's mostly a believable story. You know, like when I first started hearing about Elon Musk and his rise to power, it really made me think of Jonathan Irons. One, because I played this game a long time ago, and when I started hearing about Elon Musk, it kind of seemed like they're going together, except that Elon Musk really isn't into military stuff. However, now with him selling his EVs, his military, or his trucks, his EV trucks to the military, some stuff like that, I'm starting to see him, start to develop some weapons type stuff along with some of the stuff he does for his SpaceX program. I really could see him ending up becoming like Jonathan Irons and seeing himself as the one man who can bring peace to the world, especially with some of the stuff he's said and done previously. Now, again, that doesn't mean I think Elon Musk's a good person. However, I do know he's tried to bring about some peace in certain situations. He's tried to fix things for other people, tried to save things from going bad. So I could see him becoming a Jonathan Irons. And with this campaign being something that could easily become a reality, I just thought it was a lot more intriguing to play through and almost kind of a different feel to it than some of the other ones. Like, some of the Call of Duty games had that historical feel to them. Some of the Modern Warfare games were kind of like we're going on this super adventure as a special infiltration team, whatever, where you could feel like I'm doing something cool. But then this one was just like, this could be a reality. This might happen. So I just liked the way the campaign played out. I liked the Exo Zombies, and we'll just switch to that for now because I could go on forever about the campaign, and I don't need to. The Exo Zombies was a lot of fun. I especially liked if you played the Exo single player survival mode and you completed the 10th level, I believe it was, you could unlock a zombie skin for your character, a rare zombie skin. You had to survive to wave 10. So I might be wrong about the 10th level. It might not be the 10th level. I just know you had to survive to wave 10 on that last level. Anyways, I liked the way that the Exo Zombies played out. It wasn't, boring. It was different and unique from the other Call of Duty games just because of the exo suits and all that stuff. However, it wasn't like brand new, so to speak. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't great, which is kind of how the multiplayer was for this. The exosuits gave rise to, in my opinion, the beginning of the movement era. Prior, in my opinion, to Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty players were all out there just running around trying to shoot and have fun. You know, you'd see the occasional person like bunny hopping and jumping around, maybe somebody diving, but really nothing too crazy. But then with the exosuits out now, people were jumping around, bouncing off of walls, trying to do all this crazy stuff, trying to get that kill, trying to, not get hit, and it was just insane, and it took a lot of the fun out of the multiplayer. And so to me, I really didn't like the multiplayer. I know a lot of people who didn't like the multiplayer. Now, like a year ago when I tried to pick it up again to see if maybe I'd like it better now, uh, there was still players online, but it was still that kind of thing where it was all people who were like specialized in movement, knew the maps by heart, and how they could touch certain areas and certain things to give them increased mobility. And it wasn't enjoyable. I did not enjoy the multiplayer. It felt kind of like Splitgate, but with more augmentations. Anyways, so I didn't like the multiplayer. The zombies was alright. The single player survival was a lot of fun. So to me, this game was definitely worth getting if it's like cheap enough, like $30 or less maybe. I've seen it anywhere from $60 all the way down to 15. So depending on how you find it, what price you find it at, it might be worth getting. I personally, like I said, enjoy the campaign. I think the campaign's amazing, one of the best ones Call of Duty's ever had. So I definitely check it out just for the campaign alone. But the Exo Survival and the Exo Zombies are worth checking out as well, as they're pretty good. But I don't think that the multiplayer is really worth it that much. Aside from that, I think the game was pretty good, and I'd definitely check it out if I were you.